What's up, YouTube? Shawn DaGamer here, and we are going to be talking about Raw from last night. It is July 4th, so happy holidays and all that good stuff to you. The July 3rd show of Raw was the go-home show for WWE Great Balls of Fire. Oh my God, Gob, something like that. Because I don't want to say Great Balls of Fire all video, but this is going to be a mostly a prediction video for that, but I do want to talk about some of the things that I liked from Raw last night, because there was a few interesting things on there that I liked, like The Miz and Heath Slater. It wasn't the best match, but the fact that they actually gave them time to go out there and work, along with the Miz TV segment that went before it, I really appreciated that. What else? Then you had the Cesaro you had the Cesaro versus Finn Balor match. That was pretty decent. We had the stipulation added to the tag team match that is going to be a Iron Man 30-minute tag team match. Well, Iron Team match for 30 minutes. The team who gets the most pinfalls or submissions or victories in that allotted time will be your new tag team champions. And there is a bit of news on the Hardys. If I can scroll down and let you guys see that real quick so you guys can read that. Where is it? Hardy's close to reaching a deal with Anthem. As you can tell, we are using NoDQ.com. Let me just say, once you don't record for a little while and you get back to it, I'm playing my Dokkans. Can you see that? Can you see my Dokkans? Can you see my Kaioken, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, my global account? It's not the best. Super Saiyan 4 has come out on Friday. I'm definitely going for Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. On my old account. This is not a Dokkan video. I'll just do a Dokkan video later, try to set it all up for you guys and give you my thoughts on the Super Saiyan 4s and what's coming up in the future, because Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta are the start of the new era of godlies in the game. So I'll talk about that in a whole nother video, but for now, I always say I'm going to talk about Dokkan and Dragon Ball Z, and then I don't get to it like 2-3 weeks later, but I promise I'm trying to do better with these guys. But yeah, Raw. What else happened on Raw? We just talked about the tag team stuff. I pulled up the Hardy stuff for you guys so you can see. This has been going on for months, ever since they left TNA. They've been trying to get this gimmick situation settled, which I don't understand why it's a problem, because the Hardys paid for everything. The Hardys funded that whole gimmick, all the segments that they did. That was all funded by them. So I don't see what the problem is. It's just TNA pretty much saying, since it was on our TV, it's ours. But that's not how it works. If they legally bought all the stuff, and I say they, I mean the Hardys, they legally bought all that stuff and paid for everything, and TNA didn't really have any money to do that. The tag team Apocalypto that was set in the Hardy compound was literally funded by the Hardys. They paid for that whole episode to be shot and put on TV. So I don't see what the problem is with this whole broken gimmick. Am I the biggest fan of the broken gimmick? I appreciate it. It's really fun when they do those gimmick matches, like you had the tag team Apocalypto and all that stuff. It's fun once you the Matt versus Jeff one. It's fun. I like it. Matt Hardy is more entertaining with it, but is it like the best gimmick in the world? No, I don't think so. But I would like to see Bray Wyatt versus Broken Matt versus a lot of things. So yeah, is it the best gimmick in the world? No, but will it help put Matt Hardy over even more? Yes. Does Jeff Hardy need to be Brother Nero? Probably for a little bit. Then he can go off to be the the Enigma. He can do all that stuff on either Raw or SmackDown if they want to do something. And I'm still expecting another shake up, another draft to happen pretty soon. Maybe after SummerSlam at this point, or before SummerSlam. It'll have to be after SummerSlam, because they're trying to change up all these plans without changing everything. And John Cena is a free agent now, so I don't know if he's going to do the Undertaker, where he can just show up on both shows, or should I say the Vince McMahon now, since we don't really have an Undertaker. But what else happened on Raw? We just talked about the whole Hardy situation. Then you had the opening segment with Enzo and Cass. Enzo was out there for 15 minutes, And then I was pretty much like, what are you talking about, Enzo? Most of the things that he said, like all the things that he went through, were kind of his fault. Like I said, the only thing that wasn't his fault that he mentioned was getting knocked out by the ring ropes when it was him versus, well, Enzo and Cass versus the VOD villains. And he just slammed into the rope. That kind of wasn't his fault. That was kind of like mistiming. That could have happened and to anybody, and that could have been worse of a situation. But all in all, him getting attacked by Rusev in a hotel, his fault. All the backstage things is his fault. You just shut the hell up every once in a while and just go out there and wrestle. You wouldn't be getting beat up by everybody that actually knows how to wrestle. Doesn't that make sense? So you had the Sasha Banks stuff. Now let's talk about Bayley. The first match of the show was a women's tag team match. Bayley and Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. And like 5 minutes into the match, before the first commercial break, Bayley got taken out, and it was a 2-on-1 handicap match. Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. And I just have a buffering moment. Anyways, Bayley has been on this hard decline, and I'm still trying to figure out why. Bayley is the type of person who shouldn't be falling this hard, this fast. Like, in NXT, was she my favorite? No. But I understood her character is like, okay, she's probably not as experienced as an Asuka or a Sasha Banks or Becky Lynch or things like that, or have the lineage of some of the other people that are down there, like, or on the roster, like Natty, Charlotte, people like that. But her character was, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to give it my all, and if I win, I win, I lose, I'll lose. And she would just go out there and put on great matches. And on Raw, they had her trying to cut promos, trying to do all these little backstage stuff that didn't work with her. They overexposed her like as a friendly, not even a girl next door, but like the girl next door with the lemon stand. The little girl next door that does like lemonade and things like that, always playing with her Barbie dolls outside and things like that, having tea parties. And that's not Bayley. Bayley is, she's like the female version of Sami Zayn on the WWE roster. And just go out there and compete and do her best. And I don't know what's going on with her backstage or what's going on, period, but it's not helping Bayley's character at all. So hopefully this is all set up. They're breaking her down to start building her back up super, super strong and have great matches at like WrestleMania against Sasha Banks and things like that, or even SummerSlam, and just helping her get back on the rise that she was once on. What else happened on Raw? You had some more Samoa Joe stuff that happened. Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar, they had these little backstage. Now, it was a backstage interview segment where they were both in those rooms. One's on one side of the arena and the other's on the other side of the arena. Which they weren't really on either opposite side of the arena. They were literally like less than 100 feet away from each other in two different rooms. Once Samoa Joe got out, they were going back and forth talking about, I'm going to beat you, and I'm going to beat you. You can't beat me. No, you can't beat me. You know, all you do is sneak attack me. Well, you never come. Well, every time you claim you come looking for me, you never find me, so I just have to come to you, yada, yada, yada. It was just a whole bunch of different stuff. Very interesting. Samoa Joe's like, you know what, I'm tired of talking, let's fight. He went to go find Lesnar. He found him, but security kept holding him back. So really am looking forward to this match on Sunday for GOB. And then in the main event segment, you had Braun Strowman killing Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil, and then Roman Reigns came out of nowhere after Braun Strowman tried to put Apollo Crews in the back of an ambulance to demonstrate the match, or the ambulance match they're going to have on Sunday. And that was pretty much it. Roman Reigns got the upper hand a little bit, but he couldn't. He speared him off the stage into, como se dice, like some tables and stuff. And that was how the show ended. Like, how was Roman Reigns going to pick up this 400-pound man and put him in the back of the ambulance after a move like that? Roman Reigns is going to be in trouble, all that kind of stuff. So just setting up tension for the match at GOB. Speaking of GOB, let me pull up the match list right now, and I'll be right back in a split second. You probably won't even notice I'm gone. And we're back, and as you can see, I have the matches pulled up. So let's start from top to bottom. Neville versus Akira Tozawa for the Cruiserweight title on the pre-show. I don't like that idea. Do I think Neville's going to win? Yes. I just don't like them on the pre-show. They shouldn't be on the pre-show. If anything should be on the pre-show, it should be Enzo and Big Cass. The hell? Yeah, that should be like the pre-show match, like 10-15 minutes before the actual show starts. Enzo and Cass, everybody's going to pop for Enzo. And then you can have Neville and Tozawa actually start the show. Or even the women to start the show. Yeah, like I said, Neville versus Tozawa. I don't really know too much about the storyline except Titus O'Neil is trying to get Tozawa on the Titus. Is it Titus brand or Titus Worldwide? So whatever. Titus O'Neil is trying to recruit Tozawa, and I don't think it's going to work. And I think it's going to actually cost Tozawa the match, and Neville is going to retain. Next up, let's talk about Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks. I don't think Sasha Banks is going to take it here. I think they're going to extend this feud a little bit longer. I don't think we're going to get Bayley versus Sasha Banks at SummerSlam unless something drastic happens. But I'm 75% sure that Alexa Bliss is still going to walk out champion because it's Alexa Bliss. Oh, why not? You can do some type of screwy finish. Ooh, this is what you can do. You can have Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks, right? And then say like Nia Jax comes out to try to help Alexa Bliss. Bayley comes out to try to help Sasha Banks, but inadvertently costs Sasha the match. And then you can have Sasha turn heel on Bayley. And then that's how we get Bayley versus Sasha, maybe for like #1 contendership at SummerSlam. What else should we talk about? Enzo and Cass versus Big Cass versus Enzo Amore. They're going to try to make Enzo look decent. He's probably going to do a lot of comeback underdog stuff, but Big Cass is going to hit him with a big boot and an Empire Elbow for the win. Then we have The Miz Taraj versus Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental title. I'm not expecting The Miz to lose. Unless he just got it back. He's not going to lose. I was going to say unless they want to have Dean Ambrose lose it. That way it can set up more of a split between him and Maurice to get Maurice off TV, because I heard she wants to be off TV. She feels like, I don't know what the whole situation is, but I read something a while ago, heard something that she's probably going to be off TV soon. That could be the way to do it. Have him, after all these weeks, worried about Dean Ambrose so much, Dean Ambrose actually gets the title back. And then that's like Maurice's breaking point. But once again, like Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks, I'm at least 85% sure that The Miz is going to walk out still your champion. Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt. I don't even care, to be honest. And that's sad because I'm a big fan of Bray, as you all know. And I like Seth Rollins a lot. But I'm still trying to figure out where this damn feud came from and what the hell is even about even. So I don't really care who wins this match as long as the match goes at least 15 minutes and it's good. I don't care who wins. But if I had to pick one, I think Bray needs it more than Seth Rollins, and I wouldn't be surprised if they introduce somebody new with Bray Wyatt. Then we have the tag team title match in a Iron Man match for 30 minutes. You have Cesaro versus the Hardys. There's a lot going on here. Like I said, like we just read earlier, that the Hardys are potentially getting their gimmick back. But Sheamus is going to film a new movie with Josh Duhamel from the Transformers series, and he had that one show, Casino. I believe that's what it's called. I really like that show. It's an older show. It went like 4 or 5 seasons. I think it's called Casino. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It's a pretty decent show. But he's going off to film this movie called The Buddy Games. It's pretty much like Josh Duhamel and his friends like having a whole bunch of fun at certain events and how they just like goof on each other and things like that. Sheamus is going to be in that movie. So they might need to drop the belts. Do they drop the belts here? Or do they this has to be the last match. 30 minutes. Okay, this is what I can see happening. I can see the Hardys winning, maybe like by one fall, maybe like it's tied 2 apiece. The last 5 minutes, Hardys barely etch out a win. You can have it after the match. Sheamus and Cesaro snap and they just break the Hardys, and it happens like that. Or you can do it during the match, like have Matt Hardy get taken out early. Say like it's like 1-0 or like 1-1, and then you break Matt Hardy. He's out maybe like another 10-15 minutes. In the last 15 minutes, all we see is like Matt go crazy, and he's like in his truly broken gimmick, and then that's how they win the tag team titles, eliminate Sheamus, and hurt Cesaro a little bit, just to sell it, and they just go from there. I can see something like that happening, but I do think we are going to see Broken Hardys, if not by Great Balls of Fire before SummerSlam, because he did say in that thing, we're a few days away from winning the case, so I'm pretty sure as soon as the case is over with and it's lifted, they are going to go right into the broken gimmick not too long after they are actually able to use it. Next match is going to be Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman in an ambulance match. I want Braun to win this because Braun is hilarious. I don't think Roman needs it. Roman, he's over in the wrong ways, but he's over. I think Braun needs this more than Roman does. So I'm just going to... It's 50-50, but I'm going with Braun. And for the Universal Championship, you have Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe. I think this one is going to end in some kind of screw job finish, and then we're going to get a rematch at SummerSlam. I would love to just see Joe win, but I don't think... If this was SmackDown, I can see Joe winning. But you have to consider on SmackDown, you still have Jinder Mahal as champion. That's my thing. You still have Jinder Mahal as champion, and you have Brock Lesnar. So you technically have... I don't know, is Brock Lesnar a face now? So I just don't see them having Samoa Joe and Jinder Mahal at the same time as champion. But I think the audience who watches both shows would love to see Joe as champion. And we all know, I don't think Mahal's title reign is going to last too much longer. Maybe up until SummerSlam, but not too far after that. So, I don't know. I would love to see Joe win this title, though. So, if I have to book this 50-50 with some kind of screwy finish, but if I had to pick like a winner, like who's actually might walk out with the belt, my personal opinion, I would love to see Joe. But in my head, my heart says Joe, but my head says Lesnar. So I can't really make the decision. So, Great Balls of Fire, gross. This should be a pretty decent show. We have 8 matches. As long as all of these matches don't end in screwy finishes, because I can see like half of this card ending in screwy finishes just to piss people off, and I can see that happening. But if I had to run down the card one more time to just say who I think should win without a lot of screwy finishes, Neville retains. I want Joe to win. Strowman, Bliss, Wyatt. Yeah, Wyatt needs it more than Seth. Seth is almost at that point where he needs a lot of big wins to recover, but he's not there yet. I think this is just like filler until like Finn and Joe are free so they can do some more stuff, or maybe Finn and Cesaro, I don't know. But Bray needs it, Cass, Miz, Hardys. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. What did you guys think about Monday Night Raw from last night, and what do you think is going to happen at this pay-per-view GOB, Great Balls of Fire? Who do you want to see win? Most importantly, who do you want to see walk out as your Universal Champion, Universal Champion and your Tag Team Champions? And do you think the Hardys might be broken by the end of Sunday night going into Monday Night Raw for next week? Leave all that stuff in the comment section down below. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. And if you are a returning guest, please share this video out with your friends so they can also become subscribers. If you have not already, hit the notification bell to know when a new video goes live on the channel. All my links are also linked down in the description. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, plus more. Like I said, we're going to be talking about Dragon Ball Z, Dokkan Battle, and all that stuff. Actually, Dragon Ball Super is getting really, really good. We're 1.5 episodes deep into the Tournament of Power, and it's already getting really, really crazy. And there's a lot of spoilers going out on that as well. So we'll get into all that stuff later this week. Hope you guys are going to tune in for SmackDown. We're going to have a SmackDown review either tonight or in the morning. 4th of July, John Cena is returning. All that good stuff. Leave a like if you did enjoy this. Dislike if you did, but also if you dislike, tell me down below in the comment section why you did dislike, so we can fix it in the future. I am Shawn DaGamer, and I am sweating my balls off, and I am out of here.